What's going on, everybody? Desert Crypto here. I don't know where John is. He is a no call, no show. So it will probably be just me for tonight. But Ethereum ETF is officially approved and it starts trading on Tuesday. We'll go over the market. John's not going to show up. We'll just do some, go over some charts and we'll have a good night. So let's go ahead and get into it. All right, what's going on, everybody? I have no idea where John is. He set up the stream and he's MIA. So I'm not sure what's going on. Hopefully he's all right. I don't know. Either way, we'll get into it. Hope everybody's having a good night, Friday night. And we're going to go over the markets pumping. That's awesome. I'm just going to have to wing it. I didn't have anything planned with him not showing up. So we will go over the market. I might as well just do some charts, see what's going on. Other than that, how's everybody doing? What's going on, Crypto King? What's going on, Jaleesa? How you guys doing? All right. Well, I guess, yeah, I'm all flabbergasted. Make sure you follow at Jpg Empire, at _John Carter, at Desert_Crypto, at the Seji3, at Chinvot Bridge. Go ahead, give us a like, a share, and a subscribe. If everybody shared this with a friend, we would have more viewers. And that's about it. JPEG Boss Mint is still going on right now. We've had some good updates with the platform and everything. Telling you, as soon as we hit them 1,500 mints, we will be dropping the platform. But other than that, let's just get into it real quick and see where it takes us. Let me go ahead and bring up, see what the market is doing. All right, let's refresh. Let's get the latest data. So we're up 3.1% today, back over 2.5 trillion. We got 103 billion in volume, so volume's starting to tick up. Bitcoin dominance is definitely pushing up to 51.6. Ethereum staying the same at 16.5 and 4 GWei to send a transaction. So we got Bitcoin coming in at 66,466, up 4.1% today. Ethereum had a decent day too, though. It's up to 34.91, up 2.2%. BNB trying to get back to that $600 mark at 591. Solana with a massive pump up to 169. XRP up, still pumping, up to 57 cents. We got Toncoin at 730. Dogecoin at 12 cents. And even Cardano is up 3.3% at 43 cents. Let's go ahead and check our biggest winners. PopCat. I definitely missed that pump. I was preoccupied. I did do some trades today, but I was preoccupied and I was only trading coins that I was actively monitoring. and kind of put in some orders this morning, set it, forget it, and just move my stop loss up throughout the day. Ended up getting stopped out on them for profit. So can't go wrong with that. But I did miss PopCat up 30% today. Damn. Bonk up 17.6. Mog coin 16.5. Arweave up 14. Not coin up 9.4. Phantom up 9. Brett up 8. Everything is pumping. I'm not sure we're going to have any losers. Let's see what we got here. Mantra. Of course, I told you I was a top signal. I bought a little bag the other day just to feel it out. I'm down. I think I'm down like 2 or 3%. Not a big deal. But we're down 1.5%. And then that is the only thing besides like stable coins. I guess you got core. Well, core's only down 0.4%. So it is definitely a green across the board type of day. Whew. Oh, man, it's been a long day. I got like 3-4 hours of sleep last night. It was crazy. Let's bring in the chart over here. All right. I was looking on a different Bitcoin chart, so let's bring it back. All right. So we have Bitcoin on the weekly, and you can see that we have broken up through resistance. We are at the 21 on the weekly. We're getting a little green dot on the momentum wave, and we are sitting right now at this line of resistance right here. Let me see. What is that at? 66,113. So we are just above it. If we can stay above that and stay above the 21, I think we're good to go. You know, we're breaking this kind of. Let's see if we can go like this. You know, this kind of downtrend kind of broke outside of it. Or probably more like this. So we're kind of like in a broadening falling wedge right there. Apparently I had some this is on the weekly. Maybe when I get down to the daily. I did have some stuff drawn on this, so let's bring it all the way down to the daily. All right. And no, maybe all my drawings have oh, I am on the wrong one. There we go. There we go. Let's open this back up. All right. Now that we're on the daily, and you can see Bitcoin. So this is what we drew yesterday. We were actually on the 4-hour when we drew this falling wedge right here, this bear or bull flag right here. And you can see it broke beautifully, busted through the 21 and just took off. I put out a tweet earlier this morning. You know, we broke through resistance. I said, if we can hold this resistance right here at 66, I believe our next stop is going to be 71.77. I understand we do have some resistance at about 69, which is last cycle's all-time high. But the local resistance is right here, as you can see, right there at 71.77. Boom, boom. See all these right here, right here, right here. So that is our local resistance. I mean, we have some little ones in between. We got one right here at about 67. Yeah, right there. Right there. You can see we came down. It was support, 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 and then broke through it. And then even right here, we had some action. We come up. We hit it. We can't get above it. We hit it. We can't get above it. So we got some action. So I guess our next, even today, it looks like, look at that. We came damn close to it right there. Oh, we did hit it. So we bounced off that resistance that I just drawn right there. And it looks like we could be forming another flag on the 4-hour. So this just could be the reset of the next leg up. You know what I mean? And then that, say it takes us into, you know, I don't know, tomorrow afternoon or something like that. And we're like way out here when it finally breaks, could bring us up here. But this initial flag we have right here, the measured move brings us up to this resistance. So it probably wouldn't be this long. It would probably be, we'd probably bounce off resistance right here. But the next big thing I'm looking at is this big cup and handle. And you can see from the yellow line right here, you got your cup, you got your handle. We broke and we are breaking the lip of the cup. So it's a little bit of a side or a slanted cup. But still, if you draw that line, look, boom, right straight across there. We broke that, the lip of the cup, and now we're retesting that trend line on the cup, right? So when you do a measured move out of a cup and handle, you're going to take the lid of the cup or the rim of the cup. You're going to measure down to the base. You know what I mean? Right about there. You're going to take that and you're going to pull it up here to your breakout point, which would be this rim right here. Boom. And that propels us all the way up to a new all-time high. So I do think it's just a matter of time. It could be the beginning of August. It could be right after the Bitcoin conference. It could happen before the Bitcoin conference. It is just a matter of time, in my opinion, that we break this resistance, and we are at a new all-time high. So let's see what the lower time frames are doing. Yes, get money, definitely. So we had just this little trigger wave right here. VWAP went up, money flows looking good. It's curving up a little bit. Momentum waves curving up a little bit. So we're showing some strength. I don't really see, maybe a little bit of a bearish div right here on the 4 hour. So you can see we are getting lower. We're getting lower on your momentum, and we are going higher on our price action right there. I got so much crap here. Let's get rid of some of this. Let's get rid. Come on, get rid of that. Let's get rid of some of this noise on here. We'll just get rid of all these. Okay. So now you can see it a little bit better. You got your higher highs with your momentum coming down. Now this wave hasn't topped yet, but I don't see it being able to make up enough ground as this. And you can see we're already coming back down. So we could come back down, just kind of how like we shot up right here. We hit the 21, we bounced through it, and then we broke it again. This could very well be the same thing. Our 21 starts to move like that. And then our price action just kind of touches the 21 down here, about 65.6, and then boom, back off to the races. That is highly probable. Let me switch these screens around so you guys don't just see me looking up. Since it's just me and I don't have to look at anybody on the screen. Let me get these. So then I'm looking more towards the camera for you guys. All right, there we go. So now I'm looking more towards the camera for you guys. And I got the comments up here on the right. So as you can see, And like I said, just like we were talking about the other day, it doesn't mean we're going to dump. We're just retesting support. Anytime you get away from the 21, so there is perfect examples all throughout. Make sure I'm not on the damn paintbrush. Boom, broke through the 21. What we do, we come back to it. This time we happen to bust back through it. But we broke the 21, come back to it, broke the 21, come back to it. This time we fell through it. Right here, look, broke the 21, come back to it, we fell through it. And then even on this giant move right here, boom, we just followed it. We came back to it. We broke through again. So this could just be us like hopping. We're just hopping up and to the right, forever, I tell you. So that is what I'm seeing for Bitcoin. And I'm seeing a lot of cup and handles on these charts. So let's check out ADA real quick. So ADA, I did adjust. So we got the 4 hour on ADA. I did adjust the Elliott wave. So what I did, so I left obviously wave 1 and 2 the same. I adjusted wave 3 to the new local high. Initially, I had it back here because I pulled the fib extension to the 168 and it came to here, but we went through it. So when I bring it to here and then I pull my fib retracement back down from the beginning of the move, we get the 382 right here. And as you can see, we damn near hit right on that freaking 382. And now we're starting to pump to the upside. So, and remember what I was saying, that if your first move is sharp, your second move is usually kind of like staggered out and then down. It doesn't mean we're out of the woods. It doesn't mean, the measured move on this is what? 52 cents. Doesn't mean we're going to 52 cents tomorrow. Doesn't mean we're going to 52 cents next week. It's just we're testing out the theory to see what and how it reacts. We are above the 21. We're bouncing off the 21 right here. And this is the 4 hour. So we could say we're starting to create another little flag right here. Boom. That would bring us up to about 45. But you can also put this, let's see here. We have like this falling wedge right here, and you can see that it broke out. But let's go down. We're still moving to the up. I don't see any, no kind of bullish or bearish divs or anything like that. Let's go up to the daily. Let's see what the daily is telling us. Let's hide all the drawings. It does show. So we do have the money flow curving back down a little bit. We got the momentum coming down, but we got the VWAP turning back up. Doesn't mean we're going to dump, but it just means that we'll probably go more sideways. Just kind of like, same thing we've been saying. So it dipped a little bit, hit almost that 382, popped back up, but we're still in that sideways waiting for the next leg. Nobody knows what's going to happen on the weekends. Weekends are crazy. It all depends if Asia wakes up and chooses violence or not, I guess, or if they decide to pump the market. It's probably be real low liquidity tonight. We are still under the 200 on the daily, which is not good. I would really like us to see us get above that. And actually, if we turn that back on. So that measured move on the Elliott wave to the 1.618 brings us above the 200. And then I think from there, it's off to the races. Let's see here. Did we clear it on the 8 hour? Okay. So this is good. This is really good. We did come back. So we broke the 200 on the 8-hour, got up there, bounced around, came back, tested it, and now we're bouncing off it again. So this is good. Once if we can stay above the 200 on the 8-hour, we're good. My concern would be if we came down to hit the 200 and then lost it as support, then we're just going to go down further. 4 hours good. We already looked at that. Well, let's go on. Let's bring the drawings back up. This wasn't one of them. Okay. So Ethereum ETF, 5 companies officially approved, and we'll start trading on Tuesday. All right. And as you can see, Ethereum is in this beautiful cup and handle also. So you got your rim, comes straight across right here, and it is actually a resistance line, if you notice. So this resistance right here, what is that? The 3,500 mark right here, the 3,500 is basically, whoops, come on, other way, is basically the lip or the rim of this giant cup and handle that we're seeing right here. So from here down, up, boom, we're creating the handle right here. And then, so when I was doing this, there's 2 moves. I created the falling wedge right here and pulled off of that. So not the falling wedge, more like a bull flag, I guess. And that is roughly this move right here. See how they match up right there? And then we took the cup and handle and we went from the rim to the bottom and then put that right here at the breakout point. And if you look, those are eerily similar in price prediction. So that's 2 patterns that I see that come out with eerily similar price predictions. And that puts us at about 4,100. This is the 4-hour. It could take time to play out, but I think we've broken the rim. Let's see here. So we've broken the rim. You can see we got above it. Boom. Here, let's draw a line on there so we can see that better. The actual rim right there. And whoops. And we will change that to red and make it a little thicker. And that's not the line. Dang it. This is the line. Okay. So this red line is our lip, is the rim of our cup right there, of our cup and handle. And you can see we broke through it. We come back down. We're retesting it. We are under it a little bit right now. We come back up and we take off. I say our next resistance is at 3,600. And then we break through that. Our next local resistance is at about 3,800. And then 4,000 would be a psychological resistance, but then all the way up to 4,107. So that matched with the ETF news. It's just looking good. Looks like we got some more action right here too. So we'd probably have another resistance at about 3,677. Let's turn that one back to yellow. Reduce the thickness. So there we are on Ethereum. I was also looking at Ondo and Ondo has a nice cup and handle. So there is a bunch of cup and handles playing out right now. And once again, all this data, it all depends on what Bitcoin does. If Bitcoin dumps, something happens, black swan, it's going to zero. Maybe not literally zero, but you know what I mean. So we have the rim of our cup, right here. Let's go ahead and change that. Let's go back to red. Okay. So this red lining right here is the rim of your cup. And as you can see, that's probably one of the better looking cups right there. That's a nice, even radius on the, if I could draw better. Let me see if I can get a, I don't know where the damn, oh, here we go. Path, circle, curve. Okay. So we come up. And you know what I mean? That is a lot better radius. Bring it in a little bit. But you can see how it just rides most of it. Then it comes back down. So the same thing on this. Come on, get rid of that. There we go. Get rid of that. Comes back down. We have not broken the lip yet. This is what I'm looking at right now. This little flag playing out. I was actually looking at it down here on the 1 hour. That's why there's only 2 bars in it. So this is the flag I'm looking at on the 1 hour right here. We are at the bottom of the wedge. And this is my measured move from there. This is one I'm actually trading right now. Low leverage. Just set it and forget it. So I'm waiting on that. But that is going to break our rim, which is right here, this red line. And the measured move, we can still see it on the 1 hour. So once again, measured move from the rim to the bottom. Take that, extrapolate from the breakout point, which is your rim. Bring that down. Looks like I was a little conservative on the initial one. So somewhere in between this line. And that would be somewhere between 133 and 136 is the measured move, depending on how your measurement. Once again, TA is not precise 100%. You know what I mean? It's ranges, it's averages, it's looking and not predicting, but reacting. Having these things set, you know what I mean? So like you could go in here, right here. We're on the rim and say we wanted to play the breakout. Let's double click on that rim. Look, one of my, was just getting ready to show you how to set up an alert. And one of my alerts just came on right here. So this is my 7 minute. So that means the 7 minute is crossing right here. So blue wave crossing up. This is where I have my alert set. And it notified me that blue wave is crossing up, green dot, all that good stuff. But let's get back to here. Let's get back. So alerts are your friends because we can't be staring at charts all the time. And unless you're focusing, 4 or 5 hours a day staring at the charts, you're not going to be an extremely profitable trader. You're not going to lose trades, but professional traders, Crypto Lifer, Crypto Face, Jason Casper, those dudes, AJ, those dudes are staring at charts all freaking day long. Okay. But alerts can help a lot with that. So we would go up here, we would click the rim of our cup. we come down here, we hit add alert, and right here it tells us. So we are the horizontal line. That's the line we clicked on. What do we want the alert? We want it when it crosses up. So we can do crossing up, down, greater than, less than, moving up, moving down, percent, blah, 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 blah. So we would set it at crossing, right? And then on something like this, we'd probably just set it for only once. And this is the time frame, the 1 hour time frame. Boom, hit create. When the price movement gets above this lip, you see the little clock pops up right here. When the price movement gets above this line, it's going to send you an alert and say, hey, I've been triggered. And then at that point in time, it brings you right to your phone or your computer and be like, oh, okay, let's throw in this long, put our stop loss right below it, just in case it retests, comes back down. And then that's how you're able to get like in and out of these trades without staring at things constantly. So like if we were to go, let's see here. Oh, what's looking good? Well, let's stay on Ondo. And let's go down and let's go down to the 7 minutes, see what's going up. Let's get rid of the drawings. So right now my alert went off and it told me we were blue wave crossing up, green dot. So I'm going to come in here and I'm going to look. I'm going to see this. I'm going to see this alert. We're going to come in right here. And I'm going to come and I'm going to be like, okay, what's going on with the chart? And I'm going to see that, yes, we are pumping and the momentum is coming up, but we hit our head against the 21. So I'm going to wait. Now I might come and I might take the 21. We can also always come up here. Okay. And we can set it right here. Here's your SMAs. And then as you can see, it's set to the 21, crossing value 107 only once, set an alert. Now it's going to tell me, so I'll have like two alerts going off. I have the blue wave crossing up. It hit me with the alert. And then do you mind USDT short? I don't know. What do you mean USDT short? You want a short USDT? Oh, and look, I just got an alert that it's crossing the 21. As you guys can see right here in the corner, it just popped up. Let's bring this up. Let's look at it. Boom. So now we're crossing the 21. So what I would do now that we're out on the 7 minute and I wanted to long this, I'm going to go in, I'd probably set this is off the cuff. You know what I mean? I would go in, I would open my long right here at, right at the 21. I would set a tight stop loss right below the 21. And then I don't even know where I would set a take profit on this one. But you can see here. Let's see. We are in like a falling wedge. So let's take that. Where's my line? Boom. Let's see. Let's take the length of that. So if we wanted to trade this, boom, we put in our trade right here. Right now we're at resistance, but we put in the trade, put the stop loss right below the 21, keep it tight. And then the measured move would be something like this. I got so many lines on here, it's hard to tell. Hold on. Let's get rid of this. Okay. So yeah, so that's our measured move. That's not right. There we go. So then I'd put a take profit right about 112. And me personally, I'll put a take profit at 112 or so, but then I'll do like a close half of my trade type thing, probably at this resistance at 110 or just below it. Maybe come in at about 109, 109,995. Put a first take profit, because when you're trading, at least on like MEXC, you set your take profit, and then you can go in and close, and you can close however you want to close. Half the order at a certain price, you want to close half the order at market, limit, all kinds of options. So, put a first take profit right here, or maybe at the resistance of the whole pattern right there, and then your regular take profit right here. So that's kind of how I trade. I mean, it's probably totally wrong, and it will not fit everybody. You just have to do it repetitively and see what works for you. And that's what works for me. I like trading the 21, the 200, and then I use Market Cipher B for Confluence. I mean, the DBSIs give you good confluence also. So we got a 13 and a -5. So that's a pretty strong push. We could even come down here to the 1 minute and see what's going on. And sure enough, you can see at that same, the 1 minute crossed the 200. So if you were really degenning out, as soon as that 1 minute crossed the 200, you're opening along, boom. And you're putting your stop loss down here, and then you're keeping your eye on it, because you got resistance right here. It looks like we bounced right off of resistance right there. Boom, boom. I mean, this is it's not giving us real up-to-date data. Ondo doesn't have a whole bunch of freaking liquidity, but you can see now how the 1 minute bearish div, where you're flat and your high, is starting to play out, and it's coming back down to retest that 200. And if it loses this 200, it's going to dump. It could very well dump us on the 7 minute all the way down to the 200. More likely than not, though, just to the bottom of this channel. So that is a little bit on how my brain works when it comes to trading. Do you want me to look at anything? I don't know what is that DY, or is DYM a coin? I figured DYM was do you mind? Maybe DYM is a coin. DYM USDT. Okay, DYM is a coin. My bad. Okay. So let's see here what he's looking at here. And he wants to go short. Well, we got to go to something bigger. What is DYM? I don't think I've ever heard of it. I don't see the, let's look at, let's see what DYM is real quick. Dimension. So Dimension with a $402 million market cap with 88 million in volume. That's not bad for the size of the market cap. So we got about 19% of the supply is out. 24-hour doesn't look good on that. 1 month, nice little pop on the 1 month. What's going on, Johnny? So let's see what he is looking at. Where did it? Here we go. So the DYM, let's get this down. Let's get back up to the day. Well, I will tell you one thing, that's a horrible looking freaking chart. It just pumped and then it's been bleeding this whole friggin' time. So that's not a good look. It shows money flow coming back into it on the daily. I don't know anything about this project. It looks like it did break the 21 right here, the 50, bouncing its head off the 100. I don't really see anything on the daily. Momentum wave is starting to peak. VWAP's coming down. I guess money flow's going flat. Let's see what the smaller time frames are saying. So we got a pump. We broke the 200 and it just took off. We got it coming back down to test the 21. VWAP coming in up, momentum going down. I mean, we could see something. I don't know, something like, something like this. We could just see it flagging in this move right here. And now that we touched the 21, bouncing back up to the top of this pattern. If it does break up to, what is that? About 313. But let's look at our resistance. So we got resistance at 236. We have support right about where it's at right now. We're looking at support. If we can't hold this support, I see us coming back down here. It's going to be your next support. A little bit of price action right there. So these are going to be your lines, your SRs right here. See, we have a lot of price action right here. A little bit right here. But if we can hold this, if it can bounce off this on the 4 hour, it definitely has a chance coming up here, maybe playing out this bull flag. But with the momentum coming down, the money coming down, we would have to go further down in the time frames. So we lost the 200, boom, broke back above the 21, can't break the 200 on the 15-minute. It's not going anywhere until it can break this 200 on the 15-minute. Money flow might be curving back up. VWAP's popping back up, little green dot. I mean, DBSI looks good. 15 and -5, but it's bouncing its head off of the 50. Has to break that 50. Looks like it might have just broke it on the 15-minute. So we did break it on the 15. Yeah, we're on the 15-minute. If it can hold above that, it's possible. Then we can get a pump up here to the 200 and test the 200. Looks like with that little move, the money flow started looking to the upside. So that's about all I see on DYM. I don't see anything shorting though. I mean, he asked short question mark. I wouldn't short it. I don't know anything about it. I wouldn't even trade it. So I am not the TA expert. I kind of just look at coins that I like, give my opinion. Jaleesa wants to see XRP. XRP is probably freaking overheated, I would imagine. Let's look at Binance. Let's look at the Binance chart. Let's go up. Let's go all the way to the weekly. That is a lot of chop. Look at that. That is crazy for being the weekly. So on the weekly, you do have the green dot, momentum popping back up. I don't see any. You got money flow coming back up. VWAP is really overextended though. I mean, you see it back here, and this is what? That's 22. That's freaking 23. Let's get some freaking. It looks like we did bounce off the 200 on the weekly though. Telling you, if the weekly can get above the 200, that's an extremely good sign. What's up, Harry Man back? All right, so let's get some freaking levels on the weekly. Obviously, you got major price action right here. Okay. So now let's zoom in a little bit. Let's go down to the daily. Let's get rid of there. We go. That's an awful. It's an awful long stretch, but these are your two nearest peaks on the momentum and the thing, and you are getting a bearish div. And as you can see, it already started to pull back as far as the price concerned. The momentum hasn't dropped. Money flow is curving to the downside. VWAP's coming to the downside. I would say that XRP is going to have a nice little retest, maybe a little retracement. And we're bouncing right off of this this resistance that we drew on the weekly right here. So that's why it's important to like draw your resistances on the higher time frames and then go down in your time frames, and you can draw like local resistances. So you could even use different colors. Like you could use like red with big fat lines or skinny lines for your weekly resistance. And then when you get into these smaller ones, because look, we have a lot more resistance right here when we come down to the daily. You know, we're getting it's like looking through a microscope or a telescope. So we have another reason. We have SR right there. We have a lot of price action right here. You know what I mean? And then right here, a lot of tops. And then just use those as your guide stones. But I do see XRP having a little bit of retracement. Doesn't mean it's going to dump. Let's go down to the 4-hour. We got this little, I wouldn't call it a trigger wave, but a little wave right here. VWAP's flat, green. The money flow is curving up ever so slightly. But once again, like I said, how it always wants to come and touch the 21. So you can see that we pumped, retested 21, pumped again, came back to the 21, lost it, come down, damn near tapped the 50, and now we're bouncing our head above the 21. So to stay bullish, we need to get back above the 21 on the 4-hour. So But I mean, you got a lot of everything's flipping. So you got your 21, your 50, your 100, your 150, your 200. So at least all the moving averages are flipping back into a natural order of ascension, 21, 51, 150, 200. So that's good. Let's go down a little further. Let's go down to the 15-minute. Okay. Bring this down a little bit. So there is that's a slight bullish div right here. So you got this point. It's a huge angle up. And it's like, it's angled up, but it's so dramatically different. You know what I mean? It's like a 5-degree angle versus a 45-degree angle that it's like in my opinion, a slight bullish div. But you can see, so we fell, as soon as we fell on Wednesday, as soon as we fell below the 200 on the 15, see it just dumping right here like this. And then we hit the bottom and we break the 21. So we start pumping. But once we hit the 200, we can't break that 200. And now we have finally broke the 200 and the 21. So that's a good sign. If we can stay above it, then I say we have more upward momentum to go as far as on the smaller time frames. And your smaller time frames are going to dictate the bigger time frames. So, I mean, we could be flagging out right here. Something like this. But we have a local resistance right here at 58. But this move could take us up to 58.4. Or we could track this all the way back down until it touches the 21 and then bounce again from there. We go down a little further. And you can see this is what was drawn on the 15. Pretty much lines right up. We're kind of just bouncing in this right here on the 7-minute. Lost to 21 on the 1-minute. But this right here, we could, before on the 1-minute, we could be like, and then like that. And that would take us right to the top. Let's see how closely that lines up with the other line. Not even close. But I don't think that's going to happen. I think XRP is going to come down. The macro, well, the semi-macro, when you come out to the daily, 4-hour looks all right. But when you come out to the daily, it looks like it needs to reset a little bit. We need to come back down. We'll probably bounce off. Well, we did bounce off the 200 right there. As long as we don't lose the 200 on the daily, we're good. Let this 21 give it time to catch up to the price action. So maybe, we do like this, as the 21's just kind of floating up, crosses the 200, boom, we hit it, and then XRP takes off. Anything's possible, I guess. IAG. Okay, you're going to make me open freaking Tap Tools, aren't you? Actually, no, we are not going to open Tap Tools. Let's see if let's open RiskWise Pro. And let's use them. we want to look at IAG. Is that going to search like that? No. Maybe if I switch it down here. Plus. Just seen it. There we go. There we go. So let's look at IAG. That's close enough, bro. It's good to go. Do I got time frames? Oh, I don't have time frames. Okay. All right. Let's go. I tried, Johnny. I tried. I didn't realize it wasn't fully live yet. Still in beta. All right. And I actually already have a bunch of indicators set up on my tap tools. So we're on the 1 hour. Let's go a little wider first. Come on. So on this one, I have it set to where I should have this set the same on freaking everything. Okay. White's your 21, yellow's your 200. Let's zoom out. I wish it gave me more space. We do have our MACD coming to the upside. I don't know how well you guys can see that. We do have our MACD coming to the upside. Looks like we're getting ready to do a MACD cross. So hard to see on the screen. I'm not digging that. Whoa. I don't know why it just reset either. There we go. That's a little better. All right. You got your Stokes coming up, pointed up still. Looks like the blue might be getting ready to pop back down. This is not a good look right here. Let's bring this in. There's no way to make this screen bigger, is there? Okay. On the 4 hour, so we did break the 21. It fell through the 21. It came back up. It popped through it, and now we are retesting the 21. It's kind of flat. I mean, it doesn't look, if we can hold the 21, it looks like we are at a node right there. So it's going to be a high volume node. We're going to have another one right here. If we look at it like this, let's see if we can see some. Let's go down. If it loads. 2 hour. Come on. There we go. Okay. So we do have a little bit of a bearish div on the RSI. Your Stokes are curving and getting ready to come back down. Your MACD is getting ready to come back down. So I definitely see IAG in the near future coming down a little bit. Doesn't mean it's going to dump. I mean, it's not like there's a lot of liquidity on Cardano. Let's look at it overall. People aren't should be looking at it overall anyways, because I don't think people are leverage trading friggin' IAG, right? Oh, wow. So that has really fell, huh? Even on the daily, it is not looking super good, honestly. We got the Stokes bounce, bounce. They're coming back down. The MACD is coming down. Your blue line on the MACD is getting ready to cross. So when that flips and crosses the red, that's bearish movement coming back down to the downside. I mean, you could. What the fuck, man? Oh, this is horrible. This fucking thing just resets. Was it reset every time it does a freaking API pull? I fucking hate tap tools. So let's see here. So you could say that we have us a little, oops. You could say that we have us a little cup in handy here. Boom. Right here, right? Because you can see you got the rim right. The rim would be right here. See this price movement? If you look at this, congestion or price movement and this little bit of price movement, take a trend line. So we could be forming a cup and handle on the daily. And that's going to give us from the rim to the base. We'll be generous and we'll go all the way down to that wick. So I would say a generous move would be to, what's that, 10,325 right there? Would be the measured move. And I would imagine by the time any of this plays out, this 200 is going to start curving down. Remember that the 200 is really your freaking your lifeline when it comes to like anticipating the trend. Okay. And I mean, it works on everything. So let's make this bigger. Let's bring this down. And you can tell. So, we're playing with it right here. I mean, hasn't been around too long, but it breaks the 200. This is not going to, if we were zoomed in right there, that would look like bigger price action than it really is. I mean, it would be bigger price action than it actually looks. Let me rephrase that. You can see we broke the 200 and it just started taking off. Boom, boom, boom. And this is what? Last year, 1 year ago, a little over a year ago, June of 23, took off. But we've come down so far and we fell below that 200. So until we break that 200, I mean, I would be bearish on IAG. But if you're DCAing and accumulating for the long run, being below that 200 is like your best friend. If you believe in IAG, which most people do, I do, what is it? It's the decentralized like storage and stuff like that, and rendering power and like cloud computing. It's a beautiful time to DCA and to start packing your bags, because I don't think they're going anywhere. They just came out with a new node. Don was talking about, he just talked to him like a $400 or $500 node for processing transactions and everything like that. So, but I like it. And like you said, we could get a little pump right here. And if that gets us above the 200, we could be off to the races. Let's see if we see anything else. Not really. I mean, there is this massive like bear div right here though. So we might be going lower. I mean, that's just a massive freaking divergent. Look at how hard that that RSI pumped. And that is from June of this year, June 6th to freaking July 24th. So I don't know. You got your MACD coming down. You could very well get a better entry. I mean, we could come down here. We have some support right here. Come on. Why is it not? There we go. You got support down here at about 0.0391. And we are sitting at price action is at 0.691. We got a lot of movement right here. Little tiny baby support right there. And the problem is, so if we break this right here, if we break this high volume node, we're dumping. Because it's going to roll all the way down this hill. And then you just got this little tiny support right here. You got this support right here. And then bam, we're at the bottom of the valley. So I take that back. If it can't do something about this, if it can't get above this, well, we got some resistance right here. If we can't get above here, I mean, we're playing at resistance right now. As you can see, we broke through this resistance and then we fell back down. So this is the 21. So if we can't get above the 21 and keep the momentum going back to the upside, then I have a feeling this is going to dump. And that is kind of the problem when you are dealing with non-USD trading pairs, because this is the trading pair per ADA. So in all honesty, IAG, is this the trading pair? Oh no, wait a minute. Okay, no, that's the USD value. I hate doing trading pairs. That is the USD value that we were going over all this stuff on. So if we can't get above that, I see IAG dumping, bro. I don't know why. I don't know why people would be dumping it. Maybe there's some fundamental news that I don't know. And you can even see that drop. Look at that drop. Look at that. Oh, it won't freaking. Come on. Boom. And that daily bullish, and it just played out and dumped us to the 21, broke through the 21. So if we don't get above the 21, I don't know. I think IAG's going down. honestly. It's just so hard. It's not a meme coin, but the market cap is so low that, I mean, somebody could come in, make a 50,000 A to buy, and then it pumps it 20% or whatever. Because what's the market cap on IAG? Price, DEX, address. Here, let's go back to home. Where is it? Right here. So market cap is 29 million. So that's just crazy, right? As you figure, that's only 29 million. If this was an Ethereum coin or a freaking meme coin, people would be like, oh, it's only 29 million, get into it, because it pumps so hard. But this is an established product, so the fluctuations are so great. Look, 7 days down or up 3%, up 5% on 24, up 0.5% in the last hour. So since we're doing memes, let's do Brett and Turbo. All right, let's last two right there. I'll do those for Jaleesa. And then I got to get out of here. It always seems that when I do this by myself, we end up running longer than when old Johnny Boy comes on. And I tell you what, me or him are going to have a talk. This old no call, no show. So you want Turbo? I don't think I've ever looked at Turbo. Let's go with XC. Wow, had a freaking massive pump. Let's see here. Ah, damn it. All right, we're on the daily. No point in going to the weekly on freaking Turbo. But let's see here. Alt H. Let's get some levels. Okay. Why this had such a massive pump today, I do not know. But on the daily, money flow curving to the upside a little bit, just barely dipped into the red. Yeah, look at that. It's almost its entire existence, the money flow has been in the green. But you can see it start to flow down like that. Now we're back in the red. No divs on that. We're gonna have to break it down further to look at it. But these are kind of like a bunch of Adam and Eve. So like an Adam and Eve double bottom is similar. So you got the freaking, you got the bottom, it comes up, and then you have a parallel bottom that comes down and starts to round and go up. And that's, it kind of looks like that. We could be getting an Adam and Eve double bottom. But let's go down. Let's see here. Very overextended on the freaking 4 hour. That is a massive move away from the 21. I mean, that right there in the last 12 hours is a freaking 38% move. The only thing I would think about doing to this coin is shorten it, honestly, because that is a massive freaking move. And it must not be in the top 100. I don't know why that should have been in the top gainers. But you can see if you look across, we're bouncing right off of local resistance right here. So we got this little range right here. This is from what? Late June, almost a month ago. Yeah, there's a lot of price action going on right here. Coming all the way across. Money flow to the upside, but VWAP coming down. Momentum going up. 7 and a 0. It's losing steam. You can tell, look, the volume's dropping. Boom, boom, boom. And you see how the candles are getting smaller. Sounds like a plan I can open a short. I didn't say that. I didn't say short it. Let's go. If you're thinking about shorting it, let's go down to the small time frames. Well, 15-minute. Look at this. That's the trajectory on the 15-minute. That, damn it. Maybe I gotta make that a little smaller. That's honestly, that's pretty beautiful freaking bearish div right there. That's a massive. You just keep pumping, putting up higher highs until you flatten out here at the top, and your momentum is just, it's like, so it's every time it's getting tired, every time it pushes, it takes a little more energy out of it, and it's losing steam, and eventually it's going to collapse. We're right in the 1500. I don't know why I have an earpiece in. There's nobody even to talk to me anymore. John's not here. So used to putting a freaking earpiece. So yeah, if we lose this 21 right here, man, I think we're dumping. So let's go down even further, see what's going on. We are riding. Let's see here. Let's scroll out. Let's get a little bigger. We are really riding this freaking 21 on the 7-minute. Yeah, I see a decent freaking correction coming. We still, I mean, we haven't lost the 21 on any of these, and we're well above the 200 on all of them. So it's not a guarantee. Okay, here's your first indication, though, right here. So this is usually how it freaking works. This is not going to be enough data for TradingView to show. But you come down to the 1 minute, and we're playing around on this 200 right here. Here, I wonder if I change these to Heikin-Ashi. There we go. Heikin-Ashi will fill in the blanks. So it'll show us our trend. And we're bouncing off the 200. So this is what I would be looking at. The moment we break this 200, like break it, like we come down and then we test it and then we keep going. That's probably where I would open a short. But your momentum is down at the top, but the money flow is just tanking. Overall, I see a pullback, but it's a meme coin. It could do anything. Let's see here. Let's look at Brett. Let's look at the perpetual on MEXC. Okay. Well, oh, we're on the 1 minute. Let's go a little higher. All right. So the momentum is kind of rounding. It's not really enough data on the freaking we are above. So say we're in this falling, broadening wedge. I would probably be more like this because there's more targets, more touches right here. $0.26 cents ish. But I don't think that's going to happen. Let's see here. Apparently, I already had a bunch of resistance lines on this for some reason. I don't know why they're at these points. I must have been looking at the 4-hour. Yeah, they line back up. I must have did this for Jaleesa once before. So let's look at this. Now we got a little more definition. Let's pull our freaking. There we go. Let's bring this down a little bit. So we are in this falling wedge, you know, on the 4-hour, and we're kind of bouncing around. This could be, we could be seeing a cup and handle here. Boom. And then back down. So once again, your measured move from the rim to the bottom, back to the top. The only thing with this one is there is a lot of resistance points right here. So it could take a lot for that entire move to go through right there. But that's what it would, and it looks like, what is that? Let's get rid of all this again. Oops. It looks like we are bouncing our head off the 400 right, or off the 200 right here. We're bouncing in between the 200 and the 21. If we can break, why am I getting all kinds of notifications? Nothing's dumping. Go buy 100,000 desert. I know you can. Not I, ma'am. Not I. I can't buy that much. Nope. But we're bouncing off the 200 right here. If we can get above, see, we broke above and we came back, we tested it. Well, we couldn't hold it, so we dumped. But if we can break above this on the 4-hour and then maybe come down and test, that would be a good place to long. I mean, even if you long this one, you know, and you caught it up here, that's still a decent freaking move. You know, that's probably a little over a 10% move from the yellow to the top. Well, I guess not 10%. 7.7 with about, you know, 10x leverage. That could have been a 77% move. Let's go down a little further. Then I got to get out of here. It is almost 7 o'clock my time. So yeah, I see this. So we're above the 21. We're bouncing off the 21. Money's coming in a little bit, but we're just kind of playing this range right here. Like right now, if we're in the hour, I would consider this a conditional range right here. Like from this yellow line to this yellow line, and then this other resistance line, I would mark as your median. And I would say that if we break this yellow line, we're probably going to come down and touch this other yellow line before we bounce back up. So that's a good short possibility. But if we hit this resistance right here and we bounce or we retest, we're probably going to come back up and touch this line. And you can see right here, we broke through it, we retested, and we dumped. And then also you can see here, we broke through it. We retested it. We pumped all the way up out of there. And then we came back down and then retested it. So it's like a conditional range. Boom, boom. And then you got your center point. On this actual, if I bring this in, your VPVR. So these dotted lines, this is your value area low. This is your value area high. This red line right here is your point of control. Okay. So right now in this range set, because if I move these, everything, all the data changes because it's pulling this volume range pull file is only pulling the data from what's shown on the screen, right? So in this range from Sunday, the 23rd of June till today, your point of control is this red line right here. Your value area low, you're in your value area high. So we are in the value area high. So it wants to come back down to your point of control because this is where the most price action is. And that just happens to be right down here about where this resistance is. So, but it could be, I mean, we could just see it flagging out. You know, this just could be flagging. The money flow could all of a sudden start to turn to the green. The freaking momentum could reset. And we could just get a crazy ass pump like that. We could just be coming down to test the 21. This is your 21 right here that I'm on. That could be curving like that. This could be bouncing down. Once it hits the 21, it bounces, breaks the resistance, and then boom, we're back up to 15 cents. So anything is possible. You have to weigh all the possibilities and take the most amount of things that have confluence, right? You know what I mean? You never use one indicator. You know, you want to, if you're not using market cipher, something like that, you want your RSI, your MACD, and your moving averages, plus the trend to line up and then open a position whichever way that trend lines up. But other than that, it has been an hour and a half. I hope you guys were entertained. Let me bring this down here so it looks more like I'm actually looking at you and not staring off into space. I notice that's how it looks when I go back and watch the video sometime and I'm talking to John and I'm just sitting here like that because you guys always see me doing this because I'm looking at these screens up here and it's kind of when I watch it, I'm like, you know, it doesn't look right. So at least this looks like I'm looking at you a little more. So everybody have a great Friday night. Remember to like, share, subscribe. If you're watching this on Twitter, we love you. You're awesome. Do us a favor. Jump over to YouTube. Give us a subscribe, a like, maybe hit the notification bell. Help us grow our YouTube user base. We will always stream to every platform, but we really would like to get the YouTube subs up. The more subs we get, the more it pumps our algorithm, the more it pushes our content, the closer we get to being monetized, having super chats, memberships, all that good stuff. And all of that, it doesn't go to me and John. It all goes to JPEG Empire, you know, and then obviously, you know, we get a little kickback or whatever, but it goes to JPEG. This is JPEG Empire's YouTube channel. This is not my YouTube channel. This is not John's YouTube channel. JPEG Empires. So if you could do that for us, that'd be awesome. Don't forget, I know I shared it in the beginning, but to the people that are just showing up, follow at JPEG Empire, at the _ John Carter, at Desert _ Crypto, at the Seji3, and at Chinvat Bridge. We are a Crypto Nightly news show. It's usually not this much TA. We're usually have a podcast. My co-host is not here today, John Carter. For whatever reason, he's not here. So usually we have a few stories, we go over some stuff, you know, we do market update, we do a little bit of TA. It is a lot better when both of us are here. There's a little more banter, not just me monologuing. But Monday through Friday, 5:30 p.m. Pacific Standard Time. That's when we're on. All right, you guys have a great night. Shout out Jaleesa, Harry Man back. Johnny Tran had to get out of here. Crypto King, you guys have a great night, and I'll see you in Discord.